Well, hello and good morning. Excuse me. Thank you for tuning in to What I Need. This is now episode 10. So if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that like and subscribe button, and if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like me to discuss, leave them in the comments below. And copy and paste the link to your Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Just share it with everybody, please. But all right. Yeah, this is episode 10 finally. I wanted to think about what I was going to do with episode 10 because I wanted it to be, kind of fun, big at the same time, but also serious. And I was talking with my friend about it because he didn't even know that I did it. And he asked me, do you write the stuff out? Do you have like a plan of what you're going to talk about? Like, do you have it written out? And I looked at him. I said, no. I just do it and just freestyle it and improvise it the whole way. Because everything that I talk about is true. Everything that I've been through and the emotions, that's all real stuff that I've been through. So I don't feel like writing it out would be good or natural. And plus, it would sound like I'm reading from a script, and I don't like that. So today I wanted to talk about chasing your dreams. Chasing your dreams means a lot, especially if you believe in them. And when you chase your dreams, you really, really got to chase your dreams. There's one thing that Denzel Washington once said, and I love it. In his speech, he said, in order to get what you never had, you have to do something you never did. Now, I love that. I love that very much because it's extremely true. I mean, the norm, and I was just having a conversation with my friend the other day, the norm is you wake up, brush your teeth, shower, I guess, and then go punch a clock, do your time, and then punch out, come back, eat, relax for a little bit, sleep, then do it again. That's the norm, all the way until you're 65 and you retire. That's the norm. Now, see, people that believe in their dreams don't want that. People that want to chase their dreams and want the biggest and the biggest don't want that. Now, of course, people talk about, I would love to be a millionaire and have a successful business or something or be famous. But they are not willing to do what it takes to get there because that is extremely hard to do successfully. I mean, maybe like, if you think of it, you could get lucky. Nowadays you got Instagram stars and whatever, but that's like, it's pretty much the lottery. For women, I'm just saying this because it's the damn truth. Especially for women, it's a lot easier to get a lot more followers. Number one, you just got to be hot, post a bunch of sexy pics, and you get a bunch of followers. That's it. It's the reality. It's not being sexist or any of that BS. It's the reality. That is the damn truth. If you are a very attractive woman and you just start posting a bunch of sexy pics and you look good, boom, you got a shit ton of followers. It is the truth. Now, guys could do the same thing. If they're attractive and they have a nice body, they just post sexy pics, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily work the same for them, but it does build up following. Or guys have to do a bunch of crazy shit like jumping off a damn building and do something fucking nuts. But that only lasts for so long. Now, I've been watching a lot of, especially these girls on Instagram that are hot and they just post a bunch of sexy pics all the time. They get a shiz ton of followers. just because they're hot and people want to look at their photos. Duh. And I guess, I mean, I don't really think that's fair. They just post a bunch of sexy pics of their ass and get a shit ton of followers next thing and claim they're working out so much. And then get like paid to post a video of them making a meal or a juice with NutriBullet or some BS. But that's not really chasing your dreams. It's not chasing your dreams. And as I come back to that comment that Denzel Washington said, he said, in order to get what you never had, you have to do something you never did. One thing I want to encourage you guys on is changing little habits here and there and actually start doing them, because the little habits that you start changing, they become a routine and you don't even notice that you're doing them anymore. And it's very important to start changing what you're doing to get to where you want to be, because obviously what you have been doing isn't working and you're just sitting around waiting to catch a break. Sometimes it happens. Yes, that's why I brought up the Instagram stories with the male models and the girls that are just posting a bunch of pictures up. Sometimes it does happen. You get lucky that way. But one thing that I wanted to encourage about changing your habits is, one, I would start to say putting on an alarm clock at least an hour before you normally wake up. Because now you have a whole hour ahead of the rest. Now you have a whole hour to do something. Maybe it's just getting ready, taking a shower, exercising, whatever you want it to be. But you still have an hour advantage above the rest to get stuff done. Now, yes, I know sleep is good. It's good to get your sleep, whatever, yada yada. Sometimes you got to break those rules of the fact that it's good to have sleep and all that stuff. You got to change those rules. Now, like usually I wake up around 6:30, 7 o'clock at the very latest. And that's just natural. I've always been that way. I've always just woken up early as hell for no reason. That's just natural. I don't even need an alarm clock. I just wake up around 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7 at the very latest. But now what I do, and I've been doing this for a couple months now, is I put my phone all the way across the room and set my alarm for 5:30 a.m. Now I know that I wake up early naturally, but I wanted to get an extra advantage, an extra hour advantage. And so I put my alarm for 5:30 a.m. all the way across the room and have it so charged through the night across the room. So when that alarm goes up, I have to get that phone because my alarm is loud as hell and I don't want it to wake my daughter. So I got to get up really quick to get that alarm clock to shut off, and especially before it wakes up my daughter. So the urgency of getting up and, oh shit, I gotta turn that off. Already, I'm up. All right, that was a quick adrenaline rush right there. Well, I'm up. And then sometimes, there have been times, I'm not perfect, there have been times I just turn it off and lay back down. But what I do now is I have a backup for 5:35, just in case if I do that. And then I gotta get up again and do it. But the reason I'm telling you guys this is because that getting up, that's changing something that I'm not used to doing. And that gives me so much more time in the morning to get to it and get at it. I wake up in the morning, boom, I'm up. All right, so what's the very first thing? My very first thing is I gotta have my coffee and my smoke. That's the very first thing I gotta have. So I get in the kitchen, whip up some coffee, put it in the microwave for a minute and a half, go outside, have my coffee and smoke, and during that time, think about what I'm going to do today. Then I get in and I just get at it. One of the things that I do is this podcast episode that I have up on YouTube. But it gives me so much more time and comfortability and time to relax and plan the day and not rush and do stuff. So I encourage you guys to try that if you don't already. If you do, it's fantastic. And just start changing little things. I mean, one little thing you could do that I've noticed, and I think I read about this in the Entrepreneur magazine. Somebody wrote an article about something, I don't remember what it was, but one thing that clicked with me in that article was, if you want to start accomplishing something and at least know that you're accomplishing one thing a day, start making your bed. And I thought, that sounds dumb, making your bed. Why? How was that an accomplishment? So I just started doing it. And then it makes sense. Yes, it's something that doesn't take that long to do, but you get it done. So when you are ready to lay back down, your bed's already nice. Because I used to be the type that I would just wake up, the sheets and blankets would be all over, probably just whip it out, throw it back on, and that's it, if I did that. But that becomes one accomplishment a day that you're doing. Yeah, people say, oh, well, that's just making a bed, so what? But how often do you do it? I mean, unless you're married and got like a stay-at-home wife and she does everything for you. I guess that's cool, but it's about putting yourself into a routine you're not used to. And doing that is one step closer. Now, chasing your dreams, you really got to do it. You really got to be at it. You have to get out of your comfort zone like crazy. One thing that's funny is an old story. I remember a long time ago when I was sitting at the studio, and my friend at the time, he told me, he kind of said it in a dick way. He was like, how the hell does your stuff get out and people start listening to it and people start knowing who you are and all this stuff? How does your shit do that? And his stuff was better. His stuff was a lot better. He had a lot of talent. He was very good at what he did when he wanted to do it. That's the thing. He thought he was so damn good that he should just be receiving a call from Jimmy Iovine tomorrow or something. And Jimmy Iovine's one of the head people of Interscope Records, by the way, if you guys don't know. But that's how his mentality was. He was just like, oh, well, I'm the shit. I'm good. Yeah, I know, and I give you props on that all the time. Why can't you give me props on what I do? But whatever. So he was that type where he just sat around, he did like one project every 2 months and just was expecting a call from Jimmy Iovine or Dr. Dre or something like that to just pick him up. See, now, if you have that cocky mentality where you just think you're great, you're not going to go nowhere. And he still has not gone anywhere. And when he asked me that question, he said, hey, why does your shit get out? How come you get noticed? How come you get publications? How come you get calls from investors? How come you get magazine interviews? How come you are all over the internet? And I said, well, number one, I'm always working on my stuff. I am always working on my stuff because in order to really push your stuff out there, no matter what it is, you have to really love what you're doing. It has to mean the world to you. And one of the things, and I told him, I said, listen, man, I believe in myself. He was like, yeah, but my shit's better than yours. I'm like, yeah, but you're not doing anything about it. You just sit around, maybe put a project out once every 2 months and just in hopes that you're going to get a damn call. Every single thing I do and talk about, I put out. The internet is a very, very big world. So I know somebody out of this planet with billions of people is going to like what I have. I think statistically that's true. At least 1 out of a billion people are going to like what you have. But you'll never know unless you put it out. In every single thing I did, even if it wasn't the best or the best quality, I still put it out. Every single thing I did. The reason why is because I had no fear. In order to chase your dreams, you gotta really be fearless and get ready for criticism. Get ready for haters to talk down on you. Get ready for people just to, maybe somebody doesn't agree with something you said or some bull. Who cares? Put it out. Put it out. Maybe you're an artist and you love painting or you love drawing and you have canvases just stacking up in your closet or wherever it is. Ask yourself, why aren't they out? You take some pictures, put them out. Make up a name for yourself, put them out. Why haven't you done that? And so I told him, I said, listen, I put my stuff out and I don't care if you don't like it and I don't care if anybody else doesn't like it. I know that somebody has to like it. Somebody has to be thinking the same as me and understand what I'm putting out somewhere out there. And that is why I got so far, I told him. That's why I got publications. That's why I got magazine interviews. That's why I got media exposure. That's why I got people who I don't even know me. Because I'm not afraid to expose what I'm proud of. And that is a major part of chasing your dreams. If nobody knows about it, you're never going to get anywhere. I mean, yeah, you could be the next Picasso, and you're painting and painting and painting and painting, and and you're just still little old Joe Blow in an apartment with a bunch of canvases in their closet. Fear is a very strong word. Fear of rejection is very powerful. Fear of getting criticized is very powerful. But the entrepreneurial world and chasing your dreams, that's why there's very few people that get successful in that. Because a lot of people get their feelings hurt and they get shot down and they're like, oh, fuck this, I don't want to do it anymore. It's just not working. When all they needed to do was just believe a little more and continue and continue and continue and continue. That's why I encourage you guys to not be afraid of what you have. Put it out. Put it out there. What's the harm? What? You're going to have Negative Nancy over in Toronto who doesn't like your work? Who gives a shit? You're going to have David who knows in like Egypt not like your shit? Who cares? Put it out. Get that exposure. Be fearless. Chasing your dreams takes a lot of work. And that's why I mentioned in the beginning that alarm thing that I was talking about. That's already getting out of your comfort zone to prepare you to get out of your comfort zone, to expose what you have, what ideas you have, what dreams you have, what creative projects you have. The more you start getting out of your comfort zone, the more you start getting fed up with everything that's going on around you in the world, and you just say, fuck it, it's about me, I'm going out, and here's what I have, and it's great, and you're going to love it. And that is chasing your dreams. You got to be on it over and over and over and over again. That's what I responded to my friend at the time. I said, look, you're not going to go anywhere. You think, yes, you are great at what you do. You're a great producer. But you think that you're so great, you could just make a project once every 2 months, sit down, smoke a bunch of weed, bang a bunch of girls, and sit around and wait for a call that you're just going to be a multimillionaire one day. No, it's not going to happen. Nobody cares. And the thing about that, about what I said about being fearless, about putting your project out, is once you start doing that, and people start liking it, and people start noticing it, yes, it's going to feel very good. But don't you dare think that it's time to relax. Oh, no. All that hard work that you've done on your own project, and finally got the courage to put it out and let the world know it's there, that was just the beginning. Now that you have your project out, or whatever it is that you're doing, now all that work it took just to build and then get the courage to put it out, you got to do that times 10, even more. And you've got to push, because now people are starting to notice what you have. And then, okay, yeah, you had one good project. Good job. You had one good song. All right, cool. Okay, you had one good art project. Cool. I really like that. We need to get them to start saying, I really like you. Now, how are they going to say that they like you if you've only put out one thing? Now you gotta keep creating more content. You gotta keep creating more things over and over and over. Now you gotta work 10 times more. Now all that work that it took for you to create it, get the courage to put it out, now you gotta put it out even more. It's a generator. You gotta keep it going. So you gotta put out more stuff. You gotta engage with people. You have to put your name out. You gotta email editors and try to talk about getting your story out. Now that people notice your product, that's great. They like it. Now you want to get them to like you. How do you do that? By putting out more stuff. Because yes, they like your project, but they don't like you necessarily yet, because you haven't given more. People want more. And nowadays, with everything that's going on in the world and how fast shit is moving, people forget very easily. So you got to be on it over and over and over and over. And remember, you are chasing your dreams. You are chasing your dreams because you don't want to be a part of the norm. You don't want to just keep waking up. Now, I hope everything I just said right now got you excited. Now let's take it back to the norm. Wake up, eat, brush your teeth, take a shower, punch in, work, lunch break, work, clock out, drive in traffic, head back home, eat, relax a little bit, lay back down, do it again. Yeah, maybe the norm is for some people, but if I've got you attention thus far, you're not the norm. You want something better. You want to be something bigger. You want to prove to somebody that you can accomplish the impossible. Because when people say something's impossible, I think the greatest joy is proving that whatever was impossible is possible. Everybody seems to think it's normal to chase the bone that's fetched. I've always believed that I want to go get the bone that's far-fetched. Yeah, you guys could have what's here, and that's what you get. But I'm getting the one that's far-fetched. I'm going to be that person. Now, in order to get that bone that's far-fetched. You've got to run. You got to get that one. You got to figure out. Maybe it's in the damn tree. Who knows? You got to get it. That's the creative part of being an entrepreneur. You got to be on it. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. But chasing your dreams is a lot of work. And I do believe you can do it. You got to change your norm. And man, it's already been 25 minutes. Oh man. I'm trying to keep these episodes under 30 minutes. So I guess that means it's time to go. But hey, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. A very strong day today. A very positive day. And change up something that you're not used to today. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. This is What I Need, episode 10. Bye-bye.